Right, part three of mounting the diff. Um, Another session trying to get the diff in. So uh, last time I got both of the bottom bolts in and torqued them up. Probably not the smartest thing to do. Today I was trying to get the top bolt in. This is a long 11-inch bolt that goes through from the passenger side, through the chassis hole, past two washers into the diff tube, all the way through the diff tube, out the other side, through another couple of washers, and then through the chassis hole on the other side, and then there's a nut that goes on the threads of the bolt on that side. Um, I lubed up the bolt. I inserted it through the chassis and the washers. Again, for these washers, you kind of have to put a couple of them in, see how many fit in that gap, and then do the same for the other side once you get through. But I couldn't get it into the diff tube after getting it through the washers. I sort of tried to screw it in, thinking that if I get a couple of threads in, it'll sort of leverage the diff into the right position, and then I could um, sort of push it all the way through at that point. But one thing I forgot to mention was my dealer suggested I can sort of take a grinder and sort of chamfer the tip of the bolt so that it helps get everything aligned more easily. I ended up doing that, and it may have helped. I couldn't really tell. Anyway, so I sort of used a ratchet to sort of screw it in a little bit. It went in little by little. It's such a long boat, so I ended up using a electric driver. It was not an impact driver, it's just a regular electric driver to sort of drill it all the way through. It went all the way to through the diff to the other side of the washers, and I got it to the other side through the washers, but it was not aligned with the chassis hole on that side. Um, I could not figure out how to pry the diff any lower. The chassis hole was just a little bit lower than the diff. So I needed to pry it down, but I couldn't find a good way to pry it down, at least not by myself. So that's sort of where I stopped this session. I may need to get some help for the next session.